Why is it that we're set up to lose the game of life? We're constantly thinking emotional versus logical when making day-to-day decisions. Now, out of the 7 common expressions and emotions that us humans feel, can you believe only 1 is positive? So we're constantly facing negativity and adversity on a day-to-day basis without understanding the true control of those emotions. I'm going to teach you the ultimate strategy that you can do in mere seconds to flip that ratio and to truly have emotional control so that you can make those logical decisions and progress your life forward the right way and win the game of life. Hi guys, I'm Dhahan and I create content to help you learn those rules to the game of life so that you can live with abundance, freedom, and wealth. If you haven't already, click subscribe because I come out with fresh new content every single week. Now let me ask you, why is it so easy to be negative and yet so hard to be positive? Now think about that for a second. It actually takes time and effort to be positive, but to be negative, it's kind of instinctive. Well, it's because that 6-to-1 ratio. Out of the 7 common emotions and expressions that us humans feel, joy is the only positive one. Because when you're dealing with fear, sadness, anger, disgust, contempt, surprise, they're negative. And they're gonna constantly come in your world every single day. So how do we flip that ratio? How do we start to put our minds on autopilot when it comes to dealing with these negative emotions, but more importantly, controlling them? First, we must understand self-chatter, the way that we speak to ourselves in our own brain. You know, the language that we use, but also the emotions that we create within our own mind. You see, your mind can think up to 450 words per minute, but at full capacity of delivery through your voice can only get out about 150, which means even while I'm speaking to you right now, 300 words are still processing in my head, giving me different insights of what I need to be either saying next or understanding the type of state of mind or mood that I'm in. Now let's take this a step further. We all know about the law of attraction and the power of positivity, but why is it so hard to practice it? We know what to do, we know how to do it, we just don't do it. Why do we self-sabotage ourselves in our own mind? It's not that we want to, but we constantly do each and every day. You see, our subconscious doesn't know what's real and fake. It's our conscious mind that has to put the reasoning and justification to it to allow ourselves to understand that it's a real thing, that I'm feeling a real emotion. It's kind of like labels. When you label something, you automatically associate it and then you start feeling it. Your 2 minds play tennis with each other each and every day, going back and forth, understanding how to make a logical decision, but in turn, you start to make those emotional decisions. Now, according to the Laboratory of Neuroimaging at the University of Southern California, they say that a human has up to 70,000 thoughts per day. Can you believe that? 70,000 thoughts? So when you're having thousands of thoughts every single day and constantly playing tennis with each other, how is it that you can be logical about it and start making the right decisions? Let me give you an example. Now, let's say you get to work early. You're feeling accomplished, you're feeling confident, you're ready for a new week to start, and you're on your way to the coffee machine, and once you get your coffee, you unfortunately spill it all over you. How long do you spend thinking about it? Going back and forth in your head, understanding, well, I may need to go get a new shirt, or what's my boss gonna think, or why am I so stupid? I should have been more cautious. We're constantly gonna have this game of tennis in our head now with these emotional thoughts, and it's almost like the devil and angel. One side telling you it's gonna be okay, one side telling you it's not gonna be okay. So how do we control the self-chatter? In 3 easy steps. Step 1, give yourself permission. Give yourself permission to feel that negative emotion. Now in that example, you may feel upset that you got coffee all over your shirt. Well, give yourself permission. Allow yourself and even speak the language to your own mind and say, I'm gonna give you permission to feel upset. It does suck that we spilled coffee on our shirt, so we should allow ourselves to feel upset. Step number 2, set out a timer. Give yourself 5 to 10 minutes, and try not to go over 10 minutes, and allow yourself, because you've now given yourself permission, now you're gonna allow yourself to just feel that negative impact and emotion. Let yourself go. Allow yourself to release that negative energy. Step number 3, do not go over that buzzer. When that buzzer goes off, you must change your thought. You must move on to something new. That's the way that you'll be able to start understanding self-chatter. Give yourself permission, set out that timer, and do not go over that buzzer. Now I'm sure you're thinking, Jay, that's a lot easier said than done. Well, understanding that you are now playing the game of tennis is just the foundation. Setting yourself out time pockets is a way to measure it, but you're missing the blocks that it's gonna take to start building on that foundation so that you can truly understand emotional resilience and control. The linguistics we now use are the most vital part. How we choose to actually talk to ourselves can make or break the scenario to either help you make the logical decision or be stuck in that emotional thinking. Now think about the coffee example. If you're now calling yourself out and saying I'm a klutz and I'm stupid and for doing that and I should have done this and I should have done that, you're already setting yourself up for failure that day. You're already now pre-programming your mind to now trip over somebody's shoe, to drop your keys, to not be able to scan the right document. Now, this is just going to amplify your conscious mind reasoning to really get you to a point where you start to believe that you are a klutz and you are stupid, which again causes you into a downward spiral of emotions. Now, a lot of people talk about positive affirmations, a way to really get yourself rebalanced, to help get you back on that positive train. Well, as much as that's good, I will say it's just a way to suppress. It's not a way to truly control your emotions. The true key to controlling them is what I call the art of disassociation. This will become the ultimate strategy that you can use in mere seconds to change your mindset, change your mood, and get you into that positive state of mind. I call it the pyramid of thought. The 3 levels to your thinking when negativity and adversity comes knocking. Now, let's use our language in this next example so that you can really start to hear the difference in the way that you would actually be speaking to yourself. Let's use anger as our emotion. You see, in level 1, you're at ground level, face value. So when we're talking about anger, your language patterns would sound something like this. I am angry. In level 2 is your middle level. It's your reasoning level. It's now you being able to talk to yourself and say, I am having a thought that I am angry. We are constantly between level 1 and level 2 each and every day. Goes back to the coffee example and the devil and angel. I am angry, but what are you going to do about it? We're constantly doing that back and forth. But level 3 is your top level of control. This is where you would be speaking to yourself with the art of disassociation by saying, I believe I'm having a thought that I'm angry. That is the true key to understanding the difference of how you can now get yourself into a third-party perspective to understand that the emotion isn't as big as you may think it is. You see, going levels above gives you more of a view of the actual problem at hand so that you can start to act with more logical thinking to decode, decipher, and delete that negative emotion. You see, going levels above gives you that art of disassociation that allows you to truly start dealing with negativity from a third-party perspective. Now, let's give you another example. Let's just say you're driving on the freeway on your way home from work, and some guy in a fast red Audi R8 flies past you, cuts you off, and you almost sway off the road. You're pissed. You're angry. You're speaking, you're swearing, you may be even honking your horn. That's you in level 1. Level 1 is you in the driver's seat. Level 2, however, is you in the passenger seat. This is the version of you now that's looking over and saying, well, what are we going to do? Are we going to crash into him? Are we going to call the police? What is it that makes sense for the logical and reasoning that we need to make sure that we can make this decision right? Now, the version of you that's sitting in the back seat is what we call level 3. That version of you is looking over and saying, look at Tweedledee, trying to explain to Tweedledum that what? We're angry right now? Is there not better things that we can be doing and thinking about? You see, level 1 and level 2, like I mentioned, is a constant battle that we have in our heads and in our thought patterns every single day. And with the thousands of thoughts that we're having in a day, we're constantly going back and forth without making logical decisions. That's why the art of disassociation allows us to get to level 3. Because once you're in level 3 and you can autopilot level 3, this allows you to instinctively become positive out of a situation versus being negative. So the next time adversity hits, take a second. Start to understand which level am I in. Am I just in level 1? Am I trying to reason it in level 2? Or am I getting to level 3 where the emotion doesn't matter anymore? It's not about getting rid of the emotion. It's about controlling it. You see, how we get to level 3, or the top tier, is the true understanding of what emotional control is, which is the length of time it takes for you to overcome a negativity or adversity and to be able to really get back on track to your next goal so that you can start living with abundance, freedom, and wealth. I hope you enjoyed the video and took away the #1 strategy that I use to truly overcome my emotions when it comes to negativity and adversity to really allow me to think logical and make those right decisions. As always, click like if you found this valuable. I will see you next week where I'm going to teach you the 4 ways that you can create the chemicals in your brain that allow you to truly feel joy. Understanding dose will give you the strategy to help you feel accomplished, loved, confident, and true euphoria. See you next week.